Eddie Alvarez believes Dustin Poirier helped show how to solve the Dagestani puzzle at UFC 302. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Eddie said Dustin Poirier was in so good of shape and so mentally clear and focused that he was able to kind of reset each round and keep himself in the fight. No matter what went on that round, if Islam Makhachev had his back for the whole 5 minutes, no problem. Breathe through it. You know by minute 15 that wrestling isn't going to be the same, and it's essentially going to become you two standing up and do what Dustin does. Put that sprint on him and put him away. The sprint never came, and Dustin, maybe it was a little bit too late and the energy got sucked from him. Islam was able to do that cool little sweep he did with his single leg and transition right to the Darce choke that he got. It was a great finish. It's definitely a puzzle, but Dustin helped us solve that puzzle a little more on Saturday night. Jamahal Hill had some words for Alex Pereira today. Jamahal posted this photo to his Instagram. In the caption he wrote, "Now I haven't really spoke on this, but I went to Brazil and dog walked your guy in one of the most one-sided ass whoopings in championship history, and after showed nothing but respect and paid homage. I've never celebrated over an opponent I beat, and even called out my fans for disrespecting Johnny Walker after I slept him, but because I showed competitive fire and was excited to be back after an injury that could have ended my career. Y'all think this is funny or cool? At Alex Pereira, you really set up a punch you couldn't get to without a weird confusing moment and did some weak shit, but it's okay, because you will fight me again, and my eyes won't leave you until you're as stiff as Izzy left you in Miami." Jamahal left a comment saying, "And y'all remember I've lost before in the first round, and remember how I responded. This time will be even better." So Jamahal received a ton of backlash in the comments of this post. He posted this video to his Instagram story in response.
Hey, yo, all that, bro. At the end of the day, bro, y'all can only talk so much before somebody, you know what I mean, start to say something back. So for all y'all that's talking all this about this fight, I want to speak on some fighting. We can talk money. 20 bands. Pull up to the gym. Anybody that all y'all that's talking on these posts and all of this talking this and that, I got 20 bands. Pull up to the gym, bro. Come get paid. I know y'all broke and need it.
Kayla Harrison went off on the PFL founder Donn Davis. Recently, Donn made some negative comments about Kayla. He compared her leaving PFL for the UFC to Kevin Durant moving from the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Golden State Warriors. He also hinted that Kayla left the PFL to quote-unquote be a follower who needs validation. On the MMA Hour, Kayla fired back saying, "Honestly, I'm living my best life. I take great pride in what I built at the PFL. I carried that company on my back for quite a while, and I've got big shoulders so I can handle it. I just don't have time for that bull. Every day I wake up, I get to go to the gym, I get to train with the people that I respect, admire, and look up to. I'm chasing a dream. When I started MMA, the goal wasn't to make a ton of money. The goal wasn't to be rich and famous. The goal was to be the UFC champion. That's why I'm here, and that's what I want to do. And if anyone has a problem with it, they can go themselves. I tried to fight Chris Cyborg several times. I'm not going to bet my career on Cyborg saying yes to me. I don't need Cyborg anymore. I'm going to go on. I'm going to be great. I'm going to go win the UFC title, lure Amanda Nunes back, beat the out of Amanda, and then I'm going to be the greatest of all time." Robert Whittaker says after watching Islam versus Dustin Poirier, he thinks that Islam will handle Arman Tsarukyan in a rematch. Islam and Arman fought back in 2019, and Islam won via unanimous decision.
I think he does great. I think I think Poirier brought a certain X factor to the fight, especially with the amount of time. Like how much was it between fights for Makhachev? I think.
Oh, it was a little bit.
It was January, wasn't it?
It was October of last year. I remember. Yeah, because
okay. So he's had a bit of a lag between fights, which isn't not too long, but he's had a little bit of a gap. Yeah. And I don't. Yeah, I do think he needs to put in a bit of work. But from what we saw tonight, mate, I think he handles Tsarukyan not easily. I think it's a hard fight, but I think Poirier brought an X factor into this fight that Makhachev kind of respected, gave gravity to, because Poirier was all or nothing. This was his last shot. Well, he was saying anyway. You never know what happens in the UFC, but that's the way he was treating it, and he's got knockout power, right? And he's a dangerous striker. So I don't know. I can see him defending against Tsarukyan. I don't hate the idea of him going up to welterweight. Like, let's just say, right today he fights Leon Edwards. I like that matchup.
I do as well.
for Makhachev. And obviously they're bigger guys. You can see he's got height on his side, and he's a bigger, stronger dude. So I don't think he'd have any problem in the weight division as a whole. I'm curious. I think obviously winning opens doors, but Tsarukyan would have to be the next shot. But we've seen crazier things.
Dana White announced the UFC Denver card on July 13th.
What's up, everybody? We are headed back to Denver for the first time since 2018. July 13th from the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. The main event, Macy Barber versus Rose Namajunas. Macy is riding a 6-fight win streak. She's looking to get into the title discussion in the flyweight division. She has the third longest win streak in the division, the second most knockouts, and is tied for third most consecutive wins in flyweight history. And she is taking on former champion Rose Namajunas. She's one of the baddest women to ever do it. She's literally fought everybody. She beat Joanna Andrade and the current strawweight champion, Weili Zhang. This is an important fight for the flyweight division. Also on the card, Canada's biggest prospect, Mike Malott, takes on Gilbert Urbina in what will be an absolute war. Ponzinibbio versus Muslim, and Brazilian rising star Gabriel Bonfim takes on Ange Loosa. Live July 13th at the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. I'll see you there.
Ariel Helwani gave an update on Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler today on the MMA Hour. Ariel says as of right now, the fight is on.
And I could tell you as of last night and as of today, this morning, early afternoon, it's currently 1:10 p.m. Eastern time. I could tell you that there is great positivity that this fight is going forward. As of right now, if you're asking me straight up, to shoot with you all straight up, and I'm the only one doing it, is Conor McGregor going to fight Michael Chandler on June 29th? My answer is yes.
Luke Rockhold and Sean Strickland had words for each other. Luke had this to say about Sean on the Jackson podcast.
How about you go back to the UFC and beat his
I would love to.
Wow. Yeah.
Luke Rockhold versus Sean Strickland?
Yeah.
Wow. Press conference might be better than the fight.
Fuck,
I hate that guy. He's just like, you know, I know a lot of people look at me and they just hate me. I see this kid's face every time I see him. It's just disgusting. Sean Strickland.
You don't like his face?
He's a fake little doesn't even know who he is. I don't think he believes the he's saying these days. He's just spouting off, trying to hey, Dana gives me that hall pass. I'll come in. I will step on that kid's face.
Is this out of?
Sean Strickland fired back on X. He reposted the clip of the podcast. He wrote couple things. I sparred you one round. You up and you snuck away like a bitch. This was witnessed. Also, we were scheduled to fight. I said, hell yeah, that's an easy paycheck. And you pulled out a few weeks out. Extreme, I'll you up for fun. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Bilal Muhammad saying that Islam Makhachev should move up to middleweight and skip welterweight. The first one's from JJ Mars 0915. It says Bilal pleading for Islam to skip his weight class is crazy. The second one's from Oscar. It says Bilal does not want that Islam smoke. And the final one says Bilal is mad delusional. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.